Welcome everybody. You back on I'm sorry, shit. I forgot. I was about to say my other one. Welcome everybody. You here? Cigar Loungin. Your local hero. Here, my co-host.
B1, aka the Altar, bringing problems to me.
Keep your problems over there. All right, we got a special musical guest, man. Let me tell you something. This dude, I'm sitting there on IG, right? And I said I'm looking at this reel, and it's like how breakup songs used to be. Then it flashes in the BFU. And I tell my boy B, I said, yo, listen to this. I tell my man's Ken, I tell everybody, I say, yo, listen to this, listen to this. They like, damn, that's dope. And see, the thing about our group is when we hear something, we tend to go listen to other stuff. And we start getting into this brother, man. This brother dope. Like for real, for real.
Oh
This
yeah,
brother's dope. Mess
like
with him hard.
this. Yeah, that I'm telling. Like I've been listening to it ever since BFU. And I had to go all the way back to the first one. I had to go back to Vintage Love. Like, I mean, he's just killing it,
Yeah,
killing
we
it.
got the homie Quentin Moore on the show, everybody. What
What's
up,
up?
man?
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Man,
We was
I gotta ask you first.
uh-huh.
How did you come up with your songs?
On the BFU song,
Yeah.
believe it or not, man, I do a lot of wedding gigs here in
Mhm.
Dallas, and I was on the way home from a wedding, and I was just thinking, man, what if I had a song? It's just a random thought that popped in my head. What if I had a song that just said "bitch, fuck you"? But but the deal was is that I figured that it has to be a surprise. It has to be because people have done it before, and so it's got to be a flip to it. So so I was like, well, I'll write a breakup song and make it seem like we're gonna reconcile, or like if I had one more chance to see your face again and all that, and then just hit it with that BFU because it's like my state of mind when I break up is that I'm finished with you. That's it. And so ain't gonna be no going back, and all of that. So it's just, so I figured, man, I wanted to kind of write a song with that effect. I've always been kind of having fun with music, and why I got some more serious romantic love songs and political songs. I have some tunes that I like to have fun with, and show my humor side of it. And I felt that can be kind of the best of both worlds with that tune.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah. It did surprise me how you floated.
First time I heard BFU, I was actually watching the video.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what got me.
When you slid back to the next
You
scene, I was like,
slid over there to the hook. Yo,
no.
hey, and for all my exes who might be watching this with your watching ass, I need you to listen to that song. And I need you to understand that everything he said is exactly how I feel about you.
That's
Oh,
it.
But watch the show. Please finish watching the show. Uh, now
Yeah.
we was having a debate, and I like a lot of your stuff, but I think that's why I requested YOLO on your live. I think YOLO is like my favorite song. Like if you sitting at the job and you hate your boss, you need to look him in his face and tell him to get some beard oil, and then just say YOLO on your way out.
Yeah, for
now
real.
mine is all in.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah,
To your,
both of those YOLO, is kind of a true story. Pretty much just about trying to go to the next level in your life, career,
Mhm,
whatever you're trying to do. And I've been a full-time musician now for almost 12 years.
mhm.
And so I remember going in every day being like, man, this ain't for me. I can't continue to do. I was kind of like a Uber driver before Uber was Uber
Okay.
years ago. So I used to drive like people that like special needs, and then also like celebrity stuff. They would call and I would drive and stuff like that to appointments or meetings and stuff like that. I was like, man, and I knew, it was all good. I was grateful to have a job, but at the same time, I already knew, man, I ain't learned these instruments and all this stuff for no reason. So
right.
that's when YOLO came about.
Nice.
Now, where do you get your style? Because we was talking about that as well. I hear a little bit of funk. I hear some funk in there. Hear a little bit of gospel. He said jazz. Um, what styles did you infuse to come up with your sound?
Well, man, I mean, I grew up in all of that stuff, man. I kind of grew up I grew up in church. Obviously, I played in church. Started off playing drums at church and playing keys and organ and stuff like that. So a lot of that heavy, a lot of the R&B heavy. My parents, my sisters and stuff, they were all and my brother into the current R&B, which was 80s, 90s, which is when I came up. And so a lot of that influence. But shoot, my dad, who just recently passed a few months ago, rest in peace, was heavy into gospel quartet, doo-wop. So my dad was 86 years old. So all of that 1950s doo-wop, 1960s stuff, Sam Cooke. I got to hear a lot of that from him. And then my mom, she was more in the 70s soul and R&B, Teddy Pendergrass, Al Green, and that type of stuff. So all of that mixed in. When I got to college, man, I got more into, jazz and jazz fusion. I went to the University of North Texas, and it's pretty much a jazz school. So that's when I kind of started learning more about jazz and so mix all that together, man. That's my sound.
It's a dope sound, man. It works, man. And if you ever need another tambourine player, I saw homie, he doing his thing. I got you. He doing his thing. But you know what I'm saying? I can shake the tambourine too. I shake the tambourine too. You know what I'm talking
about? Let's go.
Hey, but that BFU, B, I was telling you, man, that BFU shirt, man, I saw that on his line. I said, I gotta get that.
Yes,
okay. To all my exes. And just
yeah.
That'd be a shirt that I would actually wear to work.
There you go.
When my bosses say something, I'd be like, you know what? Just BFU stuff. Read it.
100%. They on the website, man. QMoremusic.com. We got them up there now. I need to start promoting them a little bit more, but we definitely we got it in the works.
I ain't gonna lie, with those reels, man, them reels are getting everywhere. Like when I see one, especially that one you did, that Ken and Barbie one, I sent that to everybody. I said, man, look at this. I don't know who did. Look at this shit.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, damn. So I from time to time, and just before we got on the podcast, I went and looked, and I've got over 1,000 users on TikTok, and I've got 400 something on Instagram. I don't know how many.
I definitely sampled that on Instagram. I think we had like 1,000 some views, but I definitely sampled that on Instagram.
Yeah. So I'm looking at I scroll and look at the different videos that people are doing from time to time. There's so many, but I found that Barbie doll one on Instagram. There's a girl who collects dolls, and she did and she did it perfectly. She had the perfect synopsis. I said, man, this is crazy. I said, I gotta post that.
That was dope. That was dope. That one, and then
she did a thing on that.
What's your last one? Was like, bitch, my music on Spotify. That what you just did?
Yeah. Man, I actually did that one. Shoot, man, I did that one a few years ago. And the thing about it, you know how people always be talking, man. They be like, oh, ain't no good music. But the problem is that, with us indie artists, we don't have to reach as the Beyoncés and the Bruno Mars and stuff like that. So, we just got to remind people we out there too. We got music as well. And that was kind of my little fun way. Like I said, I've been doing that type of stuff for years, man. That fun stuff, man. My first viral video was like 10 years ago, and I'm just having fun, man, writing stuff and just kind of while still being fun, still being able to showcase my music abilities and stick to my style, not selling out or doing anything different from what I normally do, Right. And so that's the thing about it, man. And man, I just wish TikTok and Instagram Reels came along a little earlier because, man, I used to do this stuff all the time. But I'm obviously I'm still doing it now. But it's like,
oh yeah, it's catching. It's definitely catching.
Yeah, I think sometimes, it's your thing now. But I think sometimes with some of the artists that are out there now that make serious music, sometimes it is okay to release something that's not as serious.
Right.
Let people know that you are still human. You do still have fun.
Right.
Outside of what you're doing currently. Like, not everything can be so serious.
Honestly, I think
sometimes you gotta step behind that keyboard. Gotta step behind that keyboard, man. What's that 3 Stack said? Sometimes you got to step from behind that keyboard, man. Like you told y'all
Exactly. You got to step behind that piano. Even Stevie Wonder got down. I remember
Yeah,
that.
that's how it is, man.
You know what? That's so funny you say that, man. That's so funny because that quote has always. I use that all the time, man. That's so funny. Sometimes you got to step from behind that piano, and you know what? I think that's what separates the artists who are going to get the notoriety and versus the artists who are just going to be, you know, stock or be played on in the store or something like that. You know, your personality and what you can and how you make people feel. Because man, I'm a firm believer there's a lot of great singers, a lot of great artists out there, man, but they don't connect, you know. And there's even some people that make great recordings and stuff, and they do really good with the recording. If you see them live, they don't connect.
Yeah, they suck,
so they don't last long, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been about connection.
Speaking of live, any big shows coming up?
Yeah, man. Actually, man, I've been kind of laying low here in the U.S., but man, next week I'm actually heading back out to Europe and Asia, man. I'm touring out there. I'll be out there for a month. In the fall, I'm gonna try to see what things are at here, and we're gonna try to put together, you know, a couple of shows here back in the States, just to kind of finish the year out, and then, you know, hopefully, kind of, you know, get a feeler, you know, like I may what I mean, do something small, maybe just take my guitar and keyboard and go a couple places, and then we'll see how it goes, and then maybe next year we'll bring the band back, or maybe sooner than that. But in Dallas, man, I do stuff all the time, and so I'm planning a full band show here in Dallas. But as far as, you know, I'm still trying to promote the song, promote the back catalog and stuff like that. So once we get a little further with that, I plan to try to come out, you know, to the West Coast, East Coast, you know, South, Atlanta, you know, and do more stuff, you know, on the road. But as for now, man, you know, we're still trying to just build everything up, and then I'm getting ready to go overseas for about a month. So I'm hoping maybe October, November, I can try to move around a little bit here in the States and just do some small stuff. And then next year, maybe next spring or late winter, we'll come back and do it again, you know.
I heard you.
I didn't in Dallas. I'm gonna definitely have to get out there and check you out. I'm only 7.5 hours away. Cause I'm
okay. Where you at?
I'm actually in Lawrence, Kansas.
Okay, yeah.
So you know, I'm not that far.
For sure.
See, now I'm going to go see Quentin and go to Salt Lake. Look at that.
If you're anywhere in the DMV, I'm coming to see you, man. Anywhere. But yo, all right. So here's my question. I heard on your live you said Albania, and you've been in Albania performing.
Well, I haven't been to Albania, but I've been to Armenia.
Armenia. I'm gonna say Armenia. I'm sorry, I got to confuse. Did you bump into any brothers in Armenia? And did they have
Ironically, I did. What? I did, man. American dude. He's a composer over there, man. He used to play neo soul, and I think he's from the DMV too. He's from the DMV. Okay. I had to connect y'all on Instagram, man. But I ran into one dude. He came to my concert last time I was there. I was like, I know I ain't tripping. Sometimes, man, I performed, dude, the funniest thing in the world. One time, I performed. My manager's Russian, and that does my stuff in Europe. So I perform from coast to coast in Russia. You know, I can't go there now, obviously.
yeah. You don't want to go there now.
But
don't take any pens with you.
Say what now?
Don't take any of them pens with you. You go to Russia.
Right, for real.
Leave them joints at home.
Man, one time I was performing, and I was looking out in the crowd, and I said, man, I was in Siberia, which is like in the middle of Russia. And I said, man, and I'm looking out there, and you know, it's kind of from the stage, it's kind of hard to see. But I said, man, I know there ain't no black dude out there. I can't say I want to say, but I know there ain't no black dude out there. I said, looking out there, I said, nah, I ain't tripping. Nah. And he bobbing to it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, you know, I'm tripping. Man, after the big tall dude walks up, what's up, man? You kill me, fam. My nick, you know, I'm like, hey, that's what's up, you know. So every time you see somebody, And the further east you go in Europe, the less black you see. Now in France and UK, that is, you know, we all over American but once you start getting over to, you know, Czech Republic, Poland, and you know, Russia and stuff like that, is less, you know.
Yeah.
But then I actually ran into, like I said, for the first time ever, I've been to Armenia a few times, and for the first time ever, man, I ran into somebody black over there. He happened to be American from the East Coast. I want to say DMV. I really believe he's from the DMV. I think he told me. And so he's a composer, man, guitar player that's living over there and composing. You know, so I forgot about that. I talk to him just about every other day now, man. I'm going to go back over there. So.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Yes, my friend. There are black Russians. We're just made with chocolate milk. We there. We're there, my friend. That's good. So let me ask you this, man. You where? Man, I want to ask you this, but I don't want you to get in trouble.
No.
Where is your favorite place to perform? Firstly, and the second question is, besides seeing a black dude in Russia, what performance that you had when you had a damn moment like this is really happening?
Bruh, oh man, that's happened a few times. You know what? To be honest with you, that show in Russia where I saw that dude, that was like a moment. That was for real. I was like, because we're in the theater, you know what I'm saying? It's like about 700 people there, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy, you know. Another moment where I've kind of felt like a couple other times, I performed in Norway this past tour. I opened up for Gary Clark Jr. You know what I'm saying? He's a Grammy, you know, artist that's from Austin, which is my hometown. And I got to do that, man, and that was a crazy experience, man. They vibe with me hard. They went in for BFU, man. They vibe with that. I had a show recently in Tbilisi, Georgia. That was a good one too, man. And but I say, man, one of the craziest times, I did a festival in Moscow. Man, 2,000 people out there, man, singing the song. I'm like, man, I'm way over here. You know what I'm saying? They doing it like that, man. That was crazy. For real. I was kind of like, it was kind of like an out of body experience. Like, man, am I really doing that shit? You know, like I'm really there. You know, so and I've done some nice stuff too, man. You know, I did a TV set. It was a festival that was online, almost kind of like the Grammys or something like that. It was a festival. I headlined it in Belarus back in 2016. There's like 3,000 people in the crowd, and they broadcast it on live TV. So that was pretty wild too. But you know what's funny about that, man? My manager didn't even tell me that was going on. He was like, yeah, it's just a show. You know what I'm saying? So I walk out there, they had lights on the stage and shit. So, I mean, at that point, I'm like, well, shit, I'm out there.
I'm here now. So, might as well come in here. I'm gonna do it.
You know what I'm saying? We on live TV later. I mean, not that I would have changed, but maybe I don't want to overthink it. And I got the thing. We got some good video. I posted one of the videos from that recently too, man. They had an orchestra out there for me and everything, learning my music and stuff. You know, so it's been some cool experiences overseas. You know, man, I just did Soul Fest with Anthony Hamilton and Charlie Wilson in Mexico. That was a lot of fun. That was in May. I did that. Babyface, Charlie Wilson, Anthony Hamilton, After 7, B, Stone, Chrisette Michelle. Just a few of the people that was on there that I got to meet, talk to, man.
Shout out to Anthony Hamilton, man. Even though he can't grow the whole. He can't. This just don't.
One little patch.
It just don't. Yeah. That's why Charlene left. That's why Charlene left. Get you some goddamn beard grow. Put it right because it's there, but it's not happening.
No, you know what's so funny about that too? Man, I did a joke about that on my Instagram a few years ago. And so when I met Anthony this time, we got him. So I had to go back and delete that post. I said, damn, because it was talking about the beard not connected. I was like, I'm going to see Anthony, you know, I was talking trash. He was like, hey man, it was nice to meet you. And I had to hurry up and get He probably saw it anyway.
Like right after you see it, he be like, "Hey, hold on, I just need to do something with my phone."
Right. I said, "Dad, he probably like this dude right here."
Hey, Anthony Hampton, we just joking. We'll have you and Charlene on the show anytime you want. We'll work it out with y'all. She'll come back home. She'll come back home. I promise you.
For real.
Oh,
that's like, and to me, honestly, so I used to do music. So I listen. I don't really listen to commercialized music. I listen to underground people. Like I might listen to a Yannis or XV or you or somebody. That's this. I don't like listening to commercial music because it's all the same to me. And I will find an artist, like I said, I'll go through their catalog and everything. And to me, like you should definitely be in that. Like, you know what? I can't even put you in that category, man. Because sometimes I hear something, I'll be like, man, that's some George Clinton type shit. And then I hear something, I'm like, oh, he taking it to church now. Then I hear it's crazy. But you should be mentioned in that frame. But it's like, dude, your style is just. It's not like nobody has that particular style.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a dope style.
I appreciate it, man. I guess that's the blessing and the curse. I guess a lot of the times, when there is when your style is similar to everybody else's is out, you might get quicker notoriety. But when you got a style that's not as similar to people, it takes a little time to be a person with that style. And that's one thing about me, man. I don't like to copy anything. Now we all have. I have my favorites. I have my inspirations. I have inspirations for songs. I love Curtis Mayfield. I love that 70s type of stuff in the stream. I use a lot of live streams. There's live streams in there,
Yeah,
it's I use a lot of orchestra stuff now, and so that's something that I want to do. Isaac Hayes, Isaac Brothers, and stuff like that, man. But while I do look up to those guys, I don't copy them per se. It's not like I don't want to be the second, the next Isaac Brothers. I don't want to be the next Curtis Mayfield. I want to be me, but that's influenced by me,
Right. I mean, that makes sense. It's like you said, it's your inspiration. So it's like, all right, I like this, but how can I make it mine?
Right.
How can I make this mine? Like, exactly. So it may sound a little like you, but this ain't like people can tell between the two. Like,
speaking of which, I got a question for you. How does it feel being one of the only few artists that can go on the verses and not get embarrassed? Because
you said you go on the verses and not what?
And not get embarrassed, because that Ray J was that was terrible. That was terrible.
I'm like, man, much respect. That's two sides of it. Much respect for them for getting the success to be able to do that. But a lot of the times, man, you'll be surprised. I've seen some artists from the beginning of their career when they first got discovered to where they are now. And a lot of people, they never sang before. Like outside of the studio, they've never, like, I perform, like, for example, when I'm at home, I'm not on tour with my original stuff. I do weddings and I sing 4 or 5 times a week here, so I'm always on it. I always have, I'm going to have my vocal stamina, so I'm not going to lose my voice. I'm always on my water and, and stuff like that. And, I took lessons and coaching and stuff like that years ago, and know how to control and do what I got to do. We're not perfect, we're all human. I've made mistakes too, or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, man, that's the difference between you making a mistake and you not being able to sing. Some people can sing well enough or hold a note well enough to do something in the studio, but when it comes to live, man, it's a totally different game. There's not no auto-tune out there. They got it now. I don't know if they're doing it now. I think they do. I think something happened with Giveon, but it's just like, this is unbelievable. You'd be surprised.
So when you live, they don't have time to voice correct you.
You're right. I was surprised.
Like, what you sound like is what you gonna sound like.
That's right.
No, that's the thing though. If you listen to Ray J, that One Wish, he sounds exactly how he sounded on stage.
Yeah.
All they did was they just turned the music up, turned the voice up a little bit, and they just took the vocals and layered it where it harmonized. But he sounds exactly the same.
Yeah.
But shout out to Mario. That boy Mario was a man.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
ain't no Mario can sing, boy. That's
Yeah,
my
yeah,
thing
he can
too.
sing.
Like I don't want to go to a concert. Like even if hip hop, blues, I like blues music, rock, whatever. I go to a concert. I do not want to go to a concert for you to like Jada Kiss. I don't pay for you to lip sync. I could have said
Right.
to the CD. I want to hear you perform your song.
Right.
With the exception of Lil Wayne, I know you had a lot of lean in you, man. You might have forgot a lot of stuff, but
Yeah.
if I'm paying and I'm like, oh man, we finna go see I don't want to stand the Drake. The man's a great performer. I'm not a huge fan of his music, but he's a great performer. But I don't want to go and see Drake, and Drake is just, the vocal, and he's around and just doing the ad libs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I didn't pay all this money to see that.
Bro,
I
I'm
think
telling
that's what's
you.
wrong with a lot of R&B, man. A lot of R&B now they're not prepared to perform anymore. They don't practice. They don't they just do their song, get a little notoriety, get their followers up, and then jump out there and they like, can't sing.
Well, I mean, because it just becomes too easy for them because they
Yeah.
don't have to try.
Yeah.
Like once they get bigger, like Drake. Drake can drop an album. A lot of people will go buy it just because it's Drake. He really doesn't have to try that hard, and I'm evident by
And Drake
certified.
definitely
Uh,
Drake dropped the Jason Tatum, man. That album was Jason Tatum in the finals, man. I'm upset. Then he
yeah.
gonna say, now we from Chicago. They gonna say he bringing house music back. I'm like, house music never left. They play that shit all the time in Chicago.
Right.
I mean, last time I knew,
Right.
Even in Baltimore, they play house music like crazy. But I'm like, he ain't bring it back, man. I was like, he got y'all ass though. I want to get to that level of success where I can fool you, motherfuckers. Y'all be like, oh shit, he finna do something, and I just
Yeah.
like, got you. You thought I was going? Nope. I'm gonna give you something new. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. That's tough. That's crazy, man. I don't. He fool nobody in Europe because that's all they play. It's pop over there.
That's why I don't even listen to the radio no more. Like I said, I just try to find artists, and then I'll go on a Spotify and I'll download it or something. And
Yeah.
that's how I go with it, man. Because the radio. Hold on, we got a garbage truck out here, and we gotta do the double tap thing.
yeah. I don't think I've listened to the radio in probably literally decades.
Nah.
Probably been about 10, 12 years since I've actually listened to the radio.
Several years.
I mean, and that's also because with the radio, they have their lists. So it's the same songs on repeat. If you listen to one radio station for like 3 hours, you will hear the same song for that entire time.
For sure.
You'll hear that very first song at least 3 to 4 times in 3 hours.
Now,
Right.
Let me ask y'all a question, because this helps me. Whenever I'm on either IG or I like YouTube, because when I'm on YouTube, there sometimes in the commercial they'll play a clip of somebody. I'm like, damn, who is that? And that's another way I find new music. Like, are you constantly as a musician? Like, I know I used to do it, but are you constantly looking for new music? Because even now I don't do it anymore, but I love music, so I love to listen to music from people, like I said, who I think is on the cusp, and I think you're definitely on the cusp. But like, when you listen to other, like, you just go out and you seek other music, or do it come to you, or how do you get your music when you? Besides you, I never like listening to myself. I don't know if you do, but I never like listening to myself. No matter what people say, I just didn't like listening to even with this podcast. I don't like listening to myself, even though I'm entertained as fuck. But I just I like listening like in like right now in the podcast where I listen to somebody else and hear what they're doing and how they're doing it, or like music, I listen to somebody else. Like, is that what you do?
Yeah, it varies, man. For sometimes I'm not a big fan of listening to myself. It's just an artist thing. I don't know, man. There especially I'll listen to it right when I finish the project, obviously. but I don't listen after a while. Then you know what's funny? I'll come back and listen years later. Like, hey man, that wasn't too bad, you know.
Yeah.
But as far as new artists, man, it's a combination of both. Some come to me and then some I search. I'm on IG Reels and TikTok all the time, man. I love to see musicians doing their thing, man. I love to hear singers. And man, one thing about me too, I love collaborating. I love meeting people, whether that's me producing something for somebody or us singing together, writing something together, or just being cool and just sharing each other's music. And you know, I love, and that's kind of a creative thing as well. It's just not even with musicians. I like just, you know, collaborating with, you know. So when you hit me up about the pocket, I'm like, yeah, man, let's do it. You know, I love to, you know, connect with new people, and so man, definitely, I'm always open. Whether it's a musician, singer, or another creator, somehow, man. I met this guy that does 10 at one of my shows. We connected on TikTok. This dude got 1 million followers doing 10 on cars, windows. And so that, I mean, just us connected in that way, that he's like, I'm gonna put your music on my videos when I'm doing my 10. You just never know, man, you know. And so just in general, I like connecting it. You know, obviously some musicians, it's cool to see other musicians and connect with other musicians, but just in general, I like connecting with all creators, you know.
And she got tripped out. It was my homegirl fell asleep, but she wanted to be on the show. She's like, "Oh my goodness, I want to ask some questions." She sleep or something. She had to work late night, so she sleep. But she's like, "Oh my goodness, I want to be on the show." Like, she's definitely a fan. Like, yeah, she's like, I had to comment on all his videos, and I'm like, yeah, dude, he cool, man. He respond, man. And that's another thing I like. I like when people like, and that's what we try to do. Even if it's a little comment, we try to respond or put a heart on it. You know, let people know that, hey, we see what you're saying. We fuck with y'all for fucking with us. But you know, some people just be like, God,
they lazy, man. Lazy or just bad vibe. I don't know. Some people, man, I don't know. It's just like, people want to do this.
Yeah.
Some people don't.
Some people just want the fame. I don't want the fame. Yeah. Just give me money. I don't even. I don't want you to know who I am. I would prefer if you not know who I am, because I prefer not to walk down the street and somebody saying, "Hey, you're from blah blah blah." But
I don't know.
Let me ask you that. I had a crazy story. Somebody, I was at his house and I did a video, and this guy, I went back there. He was like, "Oh, you did that video? I've done that video." And we got to talking, like, and I was like, "Damn, that's crazy." Like, have you ever had that little moment where somebody just, like, when you first found out, somebody ran up on you, "Yo, man, I was just listening to your music, yo."
Man, it's funny. I just got back from Vegas. I went to go see Silk Sonic. I'm at the airport. Hey, I know you from Instagram, from BFU. I'm like, what's up? You know. So you know that's happened, man. I had another video years ago. I did with Duval and Snoop Dogg, and they both shared it, living my best life. And people run up on me for that one too. They realized I was in the gym after some people like, man, you that dude that was, you know, Duval shared your video or Snoop shared your video or whatever, you know. And so that's happened a couple times, you know, where people run up on me, man. I did a show on that one. What say?
He took it to church on that, but that shit was dope as hell. I was like, he got the church choir going.
So I figured, you know, that's how I get a part of it. You know, that the contrast, because I could just go and do an R&B version of it. It's like, it's cool, but the contrast of it being church and then singing those lyrics, I think is what made that song pop and made Snoop and Duval want to share it. You know.
Yeah, because that was like, it's crazy. Like I said, you got some, like, when I listen, I like up tempo music. I will listen to some serious, but I like, when I'm driving or I'm having a cigar, so I like up tempo music. Like, I'm just like when I did music, like up tempo beats. So I just an up tempo person. Like up tempo music. That's why I think I like YOLO so good. I do like Witch though.
Oh yeah.
I do like tambourine, but I do like that.
Oh boy, that's true.
I'll tell you, YOLO. I'm telling you, like, I listened to YOLO when I first heard it, and that was on repeat like 7-8 times. When I was driving to work playing that, I'm like, man. I was like, I got done with work, rolled off playing it, sitting in traffic playing it. It was on repeat, man. I was like, this all right, this the vibe. Like my homegirl said, man, he a whole vibe. That's the vibe right there.
Appreciate it, man. I was like, don't listen to that one on the way to work. You go turn around.
I listened to that song and I parked in front of my job and I almost called off that day. Like I was
Yeah.
like, you know what, man? I don't want to come in. Like we see you in the car. It don't matter if you see me. Like, I still have time to call off.
I tell them all the time I think about that at work. I'd be like, you know what? Sometimes I just think about calling in from the parking lot. Like I'm already in the parking lot. You're like, yeah, I'm not gonna make it today.
See, we got mental health days. Shout out to
Like
those days.
I might even wave at you as I'm pulling back out the parking lot. Like, so that you know that I was there. But I still
See, I saw you looking at me while I was looking at you. I was calling you. I will call you walking in your office, tell you I'm not gonna make it today, wave at you, pull out, and then go on by my business.
Yeah.
But so, now here's speaking of jobs. So, how did you leave your job? You say, you know what, I'm finna do this professionally. What made you do it, and how did you do it?
Well, man, it's an interesting story because what the reason truth be told, man, I got fired. So this is what happened, but this is why I got fired. Well, what started happening is I started getting more and more calls to do music. And so one or two things were happening. Either I was calling in and saying, hey, I can't come in. I got to do this because I got to travel here, go there. Or I'd have a late night out and show up later than my call time or whatever. So they were like, man, you got to make a decision. I was like, no, I'm good. And they were like, we got to make this for you, man. So they fired me, but man, so at the time I'm thinking like, okay, I had enough calls to pay the bills, but I was gonna have to kind of really, really budget and be like, damn, okay, so I got to do this. I got to eat some oatmeal in the morning, get on that dollar menu, you know. So I was trying to figure out how to do it, but what I didn't realize is that once the job did leave, my production went up. So more people started calling me because I was more available. I had more time to do videos and do content. We got more gigs and stuff. And so where everything filled up to where, you know, it got to the point to where it's like, man, I'm all booked up now, or, you know, I can't do this. I'm sorry. So then when you start doing that, I can do this stuff, then your price goes up, you know, and different things. So that was kind of the drive of things. So, man, that's what I always tell people. You would be surprised. I knew I could do a little something, but I didn't know I could do as much because I knew I was making enough with my gigs. Back then we were selling $10 a pop, you know. So I go to an open mic, man, sell 15 CDs and make $150. That's cool. That'll take care of me today, you know what I'm saying? But what started happening is that, and what I didn't realize, I'm thinking I can just hustle it up, but my productivity went up as my time and my schedule went clear. And I got more calls, and I was able, even if I wasn't getting called, I said, well, I'm not working right now. I don't have a gig today. Let me do a YouTube video. Let me do a video on Instagram. I mean, on Instagram. Now, put it on Facebook or something. Let people see what I'm doing. So I started getting calls for that, and I was getting college gigs. I did a couple of Frank Ocean back then. I got a bunch of college calls and stuff. Come do that in my country. Paying money. And so stuff like that started happening. So as my time, as I got more time, I got better productivity. The problem is that when you now I'm not saying don't have a financial plan, but when you are trying to do this, well, say I'm gonna do this job here, I'm gonna do this when I get here, you know, you burn out. And so like, you know, I was coming to work late, I was oversleeping, stuff like that. And then even with my gig, people was calling, man, I turned down, I remember this, man, I was so mad. I had a job, and I turned down the gig in Guam and Tahiti. Crazy. A tour that was going to go through those islands, all the Pacific, all the way up to Japan. And so I told my job at the time, I said, hey, man, I'm putting down this for y'all. I can't go. I understand that, but at least let me play at this guy's church while he takes my spot on this. And that job fired me probably a month after they got back. I was so mad.
I could have went on a tour.
We get back to Japan, luckily, but still, man, I was like, man, that was crazy. But these jobs don't care, man. They don't care about us. You know what
No.
I'm saying? Time with others. You know? And so it's kind of like, you know, I say for anybody who's trying to do have a plan in place and just have a plan of productivity. When that time opens up, be as productive as you can. If the product is the quality, people will consume it. You know what I'm saying? And you just have more time to make it better, more time to publicize it and get it there. You know, so where now, you know, I can easily. Same thing with my overseas touring. Musicians and artists always ask me, "How did you get overseas? How did you start touring over there?" Putting content up, people finding content, and then people find it and say, "I like this." Sharing it with somebody who knows somebody, and I'm getting calls from this manager in France, this manager in Germany. I did a tour in India back in 2019, man. They find each other, you know what I'm saying? And so India's, for example, found me from a video of a gig that I did in Madrid, Spain. You know what I'm saying? They were like, "Man, we saw you in Madrid. Can you come to India and pay for the thing?" You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." Shit, you know? So that's just pretty much, you know, the productivity of things when you have the time. So when the job cleared out, I had more time to be productive, post content, you know, go out and sell CDs, do my thing. Not doing CDs no more, but now we go live, get tips and cash out and stuff like that too. But you know, people are starting to buy CDs again. You know, things kind of turn around and a little bit here, but hey, it ain't like it was back somewhere, man. And I can clean up till 2030 CDs.
So now I got a question for you. Do you ever get bored and just do pop-ups, like just in random spot, like just take your guitar and just like show up at a coffee shop somewhere and just start playing, just for the hell of it?
Yes, you do pull the 3 stacks, like you pass fruit outside of
you know what?
what Starbucks.
Yeah, man. You know what? I used to do that, man. I used to do it, but to be honest, now with my time and my schedule, with as much as I perform, any off time that I get, man, I try to rest. Like for example, this week I'm playing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5 times this week. So anytime after that, like after we finish here, I'm gonna go play basketball. You know what I'm saying? Try to get my, you know, my mind. I try to spread it out to where I'm not in the studio all the time. I'm not sitting on the piano practicing all the time. Clear my brain out. It's good for your mental health too. You know, just try to move around. You know, do different things. Say it again.
I say think of other things than that one.
So now, but man, I used to do that all the time. I used to play. Hey, let's go. Especially in college. Ooh. Man, in college, it was terrible, bro. It was terrible. They had, here's a story, and this is even more crazy because listen to this. So I went to the University of North Texas, and it's in Denton, Texas. In Denton, we have a college called Texas Women's College. So it's an all women's college. So man, I always go over there, sneak in the dorm, and jump on the piano and just play that mug. The girls will walk by, you know, go to the room, all that, whatever. So this happened one time. They came to me, they said, "Hey, look here, man, you can't be in here playing. We're gonna have to kick you out. But we like what you're doing. We'd like to invite you back as an official performer. We put you on payroll and everything." And so when I ended up playing several gigs at the Women's University. Even after I graduated, man, it was crazy. They kept calling me up until like maybe about 5 or 6 years ago. You know, which I graduated in 2007. But you know, that was crazy because I used to show up in there, you know, and of course I like playing and stuff, but you know, we all know how I was. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I ended up getting a gig out of it too. And they were cool about it. Nothing like that, man. They were cool about it. And so I actually got several gigs out of it. And it was a cool situation. But yeah, in college, I used to do that all the time, man. If there was a piano somewhere, I'll pop up, I'll take my guitar, man, I'll sit out and play anywhere, man. All the time. But as time went by, man, the schedule moved forward. Like now, I'm like, man, anytime when I'm not in the studio or playing, I'm trying to rest or go play basketball, relax, do what I do.
You're like, I ain't thinking about it. I ain't got to.
Right. And it is clear, even with, especially when I'm in recording an album, I like to take breaks, and you stay fresh. Your creativity stays fresh. You're not burned out. And so I can't say even, man, I get burned out or anything, because I try to manage that. I don't just stick myself in the studio all the time. I don't just only perform a string of gigs like that all the time. I say, hey, I'm gonna take my time off. I'm gonna take a vacation, whatever I gotta do. I went to Vegas last week for a week. Enjoy myself and stuff like that.
So then, do you ever sit there with your assistant and like you trying to rest and like not think about the music for a second, and he bring up music and you just like 5 minutes,
all the time,
don't
all
you
the
do
time, all the time. He's messaging me right now. I need promo videos. They'll call for like Armenia or just these places I'm about to go. They want me to, hey, what's up? This Q Moore, I'm coming to Armenia. They want that, so he's hitting me up right now. I was like, bro, I'm gonna go to the gym. Y'all, you get it later. And I say no. You gotta know when to say no, because man, people they'll drive me crazy. They drive you crazy.
Yeah, that's don't treat them like kids. Corner now. Don't stand in the corner. No. You want time out.
For real.
We don't want to keep you here too long, so I'm gonna ask you one more question.
All right.
We're gonna get about some information about it. If you had to give advice to your younger self or anybody starting out about how to get into it and how to take the tours and everything, what advice would you give them? What would you tell them?
Say it one more time. You kind of broke up a little bit.
I said, if you had to give advice to a new musician or performer that's trying to get into the business, what advice would you give them?
Okay, I'll just tell them. I'll give them a few different words. I would say, number one, consistency. Make sure that you stay consistent, put your head down, take everything step by step. Consistency. So just, I know we have the big goal of the finish line, but consistency is the main thing. You take your little steps, and you never know, those little steps can turn into one big step. Just take the step. I've been doing these VFU reels since December. This Bill Withers one just hit now, but if I said, man, this ain't doing nothing, man, all that stuff, I wouldn't have got to this point where I got 22 million views on that. I would also say patience, just as an example I just gave, and then also, man, attitude, and just knowing where you are. I understand that there are some people who have the talent, like I believe as myself that I have the same talent as some of the people who are high up, but at the same time, I do realize where I am. I make myself easy to work with, and I still, I remain humble. I tell other artists, do that, make it easy, don't come with a lot of demands. People will always want to work with you if you're easygoing. And I'm not saying just get rid over, what I'm saying, but just keep your attitude in check, because there's some people out here, man, that talent is amazing, that are better than a lot of these signed artists are. Their attitude sinks them. And so those are three words: consistency, patience, and attitude. That I would just say, hey, man, if you can do that and you can hang in there with that, man, you'll be okay. And like I said, productivity would be the bonus word I would go in there. Just make sure that you're putting out quality stuff, and that you're staying consistent, patient, and then you're keeping a good attitude.
Okay, gratitude is the attitude. Let me just tell y'all though, if we go to perform at y'all shit and y'all have black jelly beans in my bowl, I'm walking the fuck out. Tip that bowl over and walk the fuck
man,
out.
don't like black jelly beans.
You will meet my you will respect my demands.
You know what? But you know what? Here's the funny thing, man. It'll get to the point where people they'll come up, like when I do these gigs, especially overseas, man. They'll come up and they'll ask you, do you have any specific requests, because of the people before. And for me, man, I don't know. I tell them just to bring me some whiskey, a bottle of whiskey or some drink. I like to drink it after the show, or if I have an intermission, I drink it at the intermission. I don't get too crazy, man. I just have me some towels back there, what I'm saying, some tea. But, you do have some people, man. I need 10 blue Skittles on the plate.
My man say,
they're not in the circle. I do it.
Hey, I'm pushing that shit up off you like,
Yeah, for real. Hey, oh, this is funny. So, man, I actually put an artist on. I can't say his name. I put an artist on one of with my manager. And man, he went out and took the manager's credit card because they let you, do what you do with your food. They pay for everything. But, within reason, you know what I'm saying? You can get something nice, but,
don't go stupid.
Like $400 worth of oysters at this restaurant, took the chick out, all the types. I said, damn, bro.
Wow.
He was like, nah, you got to pay me back some of that, man. Come on.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna need that back.
Yeah, it's like he'll say $100. You want to go to a steakhouse, $150. That's cool. But, not no $400 and some oysters and all that.
And he probably going.
We still going Uncle Remus and Popeyes. Don't think you going. Don't think you going to those. You're not going to Gibson. You're not going to Gibson. You're not going to Morton's. You're not going to any of that. Uncle Remus with some mild sauce is what y'all get. But
see, now that's him. That's him. If you come with me, it's Golden Corral all day, baby.
Yeah.
Get what you want.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Let's go.
My stomach up. But anyway, man, it's been fun chatting with you, man. We definitely want to have you on the show again, man. Let the people know where they can reach you at, man.
For sure, man. I appreciate y'all for having me on, man. I had a good time.
We appreciate you coming on, man.
Anytime, man. You let me know. What's up, folks? It's your boy Q Moore here. You can find me at qmooremusic.com. That's QMOORE music.com. Find me on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, everything, man. Run it up.
Hey, that's what it is, man. As always, it's your local hero reminding you blow your smoke like a goddamn gentleman.
Peace.